What sort of disastrous life choices do you think could make a person lose their federal career, lose their home, end up locked up in a psych ward, and get shipped straight to a homeless shelter, all in a single year? Because for this young man here, the answer is shockingly, terrifyingly simple. It is food.
I was very much a thief.
And let's get one thing straight right now. This is not just a video about a guy who eats a little too much on camera. No, we're talking about a 27-year-old man who had a real shot at a stable life, and we all watched him throw every single piece of it in the garbage because of a food addiction that spiraled completely out of control for views, till it got to the devastating point where his own legs literally gave out.
My body is not strong enough to hold this weight.
Today we're going all the way in and leaving nothing out.
Dude, I'm on the toilet right now, and something doesn't want to come out.
From the insane thousands of calories per bite to the dark, heartbreaking truth of why this entire mess actually started, this is the full, unfiltered, totally unhinged story of Tismala Hoodlegend. Okay, before we get into the heavy stuff, because this rabbit hole has real deep layers, let's quickly think back to when mukbangs first started. It was this super chill, niche corner of the internet, where you'd sit down, eat some good-looking food, talk to the camera, and just vibe. Honestly, at its best, it was kind of comforting, just like having a meal with a friend. But then TikTok took over, and suddenly the entire thing became something completely unrecognizable. The portions got aggressively bigger, and the content got way more extreme. Creators figured out that the more you eat, and the more extreme your physical reaction is, the more people watch.
Some fries.
It's that craziness that the algorithm rewards, and you know what comes after that? Fame and money. And one of the creators who leaned all the way into that toxic formula was Terrell Earl. He's a 27-year-old Bronx native, better known everywhere as Tismala Hoodlegend. If you've spent literally any meaningful time on TikTok in the last couple of years, you probably already have his catchphrase burned into your brain.
Every day we eat good. Every day we eat good too. Every day we eat good. 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 Build.
Every day we eat good. Guys, this wasn't just an intro. It literally became his entire identity. But when you look at Tismala from 2 or 3 years ago versus where he's sitting right now, the physical transformation is genuinely terrifying. This man got significantly, dangerously bigger in a very short amount of time. Start catching glimpses of things you literally cannot unsee. He's filming from his bed and breaks it because just getting up is too much effort. He's sitting in chairs that look like they're actively straining under the pressure. You can hear him breathing heavily just from the act of existing. And then sometimes the fast food king literally has an oxygen mask strapped to his face. It's unbelievable how one loves food like this. You look at the comments and people are genuinely concerned while others are ruthless. Like, how do you go from every day we eat good to being mocked as every day we breathe good? And then you have people like Mason who are literally dropping countdowns on his life expectancy right in the comments section. Something is seriously medically wrong here. And then there's the noise. If you know, you know. The guy has this heavy, strained, annoying moan he makes with every single bite. It sounds like his body is fighting him. But really, what happened to Tismala? Well, there are two main theories going around the internet about why this happens. The first one is purely physical. People think this grown adult is so severely overweight that it genuinely requires immense physical effort just to breathe and chew at the same time. But then there's theory 2. Theory 2 is that this is a totally deliberate, manipulative content strategy. Some people think that Tismala is doing those moans specifically to sound pathetic so viewers would feel bad and send him money on Cash App, which is something in character for him to pull.
I'm begging. Send me money to my PayPal so I can eat. I don't want to go through this no more. Send me money to my PayPal so I could eat. Can you guys send me money to my PayPal?
Now let me paint you the full, horrifying picture of what a typical day of content looks like for this man. I mean, you might think that you've seen food addiction, but trust me, you've not seen one at this scale. I'm not exaggerating when I say this guy was eating like every single meal was his absolute last day on earth. Look at this spread. 2 hot chocolates from IHOP, strawberry cheesecake pancakes, hash browns, bacon.
First up, we got 2 cups of hot chocolate from IHOP, which is 240 calories right off the bat. Next up, we got 2 strawberry cheesecake pancakes, which is 890 calories. And then we got 2 fried eggs, which is 170 calories. And then he went ahead and washed that down with 2 pieces of bacon, which is 100 calories. Next up, looks like he had an order of hash browns, which is 180 calories. Not a complete breakfast without an order of onion rings from IHOP, which is 470 calories. Next up, we got a BLT sandwich with french fries from IHOP, which is 730 calories. And he added an extra 104 calories with the 1 slice of American cheese. And then after he spent the rest of the cuff of money...
And you guys, this is just breakfast. We haven't even hit noon yet. That's well over 1,000 calories in one sitting just to kick off the morning. And the dedicated TikTok accounts that made it their entire mission to track his daily caloric intake were running the math so we didn't have to. The numbers they were calculating were absolutely staggering.
So the new amount is 4,548 calories is how much he had in one sitting.
Then he'd come back just a few hours later for round 2. Vienna sausages and biscuits, a Philly cheesesteak loaded with extra cheese, baby back ribs, junior bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's, a massive DoorDash Jamaican spread, oxtail gravy, jerk chicken, rice and peas, lamb chops, fried shrimp, fried chicken wings, bags and bags of chips, honey buns, 2-liter bottles of soda. The list goes on and on and on. Plus, we're not even talking about one of those meals happening in a single day. We're talking about multiple rounds, multiple DoorDash orders, multiple fast food trips every single day, 7 days a week. It was like a loop of eat, eat, and eat.
Every day we eat good. That's good.
Now, you might be sitting there or standing however you're positioned right now thinking, okay, surely some of this is home-cooked and not quite as bad as the takeout, right? Nope. Even his home-cooked meals were deep-fried, heavily processed, and insanely calorie-dense. There is zero balance anywhere in this content. No greens, no fresh fruit, no water. The food pyramid literally does not exist in Tismala's universe. The average adult is supposed to consume around 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day, but based on what the tracking accounts were calculating, and they were being conservative because they could only count what he actually posted on camera, Tismala's definitely hitting double, sometimes triple that number in a single sitting. His full day's intake was off the charts.
He buys crazy meals, bro, and drinks mad soda. I deadass just feel bad for this at this point, bro. I really hope he gets some help, because this
Now, when you live your life recklessly that way, you shouldn't be surprised when the consequences come knocking. This foodie literally got online to describe one of his bathroom experiences that sounded like a full-blown medical emergency. He was talking about extreme, agonizing pain, about how it hurt to even attempt to use the bathroom.
Dude, I'm on the toilet right now, and something doesn't want to come out. Something so insidious, so evil that's in my rear.
Yeah, it's completely clear his digestive system was screaming for help. See, it got so bad he literally has to lie down on his side just to wipe himself.
That's what happens because I'm too big nowadays. I have to go outside and wipe.
The internet was physically recoiling. We had creators reacting in pure disgust.
Somebody gonna wipe your ass, but it ain't gonna be me.
And this was even in a public bathroom. Just imagine accidentally walking in on that sight.
All I can think about is being in a Walmart. Is being in a Walmart or a Target or a Taco Bell, where the fuck you at? And you go in the bathroom, and first of all, you walk into a crazy smell, and then you go like to pee or something, you just see this bad nigga on the ground wiping his ass.
This is exactly what eating like this every single day does to a human body. And you know what the most alarming part is? He fully understands this. He just doesn't care. He actually even described it on camera and posted it publicly for views and sympathy. And how you know he's not even serious about his life is that he would go on to immediately pick up his phone to place another DoorDash order.
The McDonald's, every day we eat good. McDonald's, one for 6 burgers. Every day we eat good. McDonald's breakfast, 2 hash browns, McDonald's.
But now you've got to wonder at some point, how on earth is he paying for all that food? I mean, does this man not clock into a 9 to 5? He's not on some magical government assistance program that hands out thousands of dollars for fast food like Mama Courtney, who's another weird local I've discussed earlier on this channel. And he has no steady income either. So where's the bag actually coming from? Well, his primary source is just plain old begging. He's always begging. Right in the middle of a TikTok live mid-video, literally mid-bite, Tismalla will look into the camera and ask his audience to cash app him so he can eat.
Send me money to my PayPal so I could eat. Can you guys send me money to my PayPal so I could eat?
Send me money to my PayPal.
It's always a send me money so I can eat McDonald's. Y'all want to see me eat? Send me food money. Someone help me get dinner tonight for real. It is a constant, shameless, recurring ask that happens in almost every single live stream. And here's the part that'll actually blow your mind. Some people actually send it. Like, real human beings are pulling out their phones, opening Cash App, and sending their hard-earned money to a grown man they've never met, specifically so he can order more junk food and film himself eating it.
2 fellas fish fillet, large fries. Tismalla.
Even Cuffham, yes, the massive streamer Cuffham, sent this man $600 for his birthday, and he blew it within days on the usual. He saved zero, invested zero, put absolutely zero aside for rent or a future, just massive DoorDash orders. But can you imagine that Cuffham sent him another $250 later on, and just like the last time, gone again? So money comes in, food goes out, he's broke in 48 hours, and he's back online begging.
Send me money to my Cash App, I'm hungry. Send me money to my Cash App, eat tomorrow.
However, the delusion reached peak levels when he actually tried to do the math on camera. He posted on TikTok completely serious and started calculating how rich he could be if everyone just gave him $1.
Y'all too good? About 80,000 people see me, and not one person can send me $1 each. That's $80,000 if everybody sent me $1.
What's even funnier is that he said it like he was on Shark Tank, giving a legitimate business pitch. It was jaw-dropping. This guy fully understands he has an audience, and he is consciously, deliberately monetizing his own destruction. The cycle is pure clockwork. He gets cash, blows it on food, goes broke, and begs again. Plus, the entitlement? Oh, it's unmatched. Even Cuffham had to call that out.
This is enough, my nigga. I don't even know you like that, gang. Look. What's up, my nigga got? What's 3? 3 at 6? That's $1,250, my nigga. Come on, my hot. I even gave you birthday money. Happy late birthday, my hot. $300, gang. Then another $300 right after that, 4 days later. And in June, I gave you $250, gang. Like, that's, like, come on, my nigga. Like, I be like...
There was literally a time someone sent him $10 to buy Taco Bell, and he got visibly angry about it.
The person that sent me $10 to eat Taco Bell, you should have sent me more. I wasn't gonna eat any nasty food, man. They had...
Like, what does he mean by nasty food? Someone literally just handed you free money out of the kindness of their heart to feed you, and you're throwing a tantrum because Taco Bell isn't a luxury steakhouse? This guy's unbelievable. And yeah, his TikTok's creator fund was never going to pay for $50 DoorDash orders 3 times a day. So the Cash App begging isn't a side hustle, it became his entire income stream.
Every day we eat good, 4 snack wraps, 10 nuggets. Every day we eat good, Filet-O-Fish. Every day we eat good, McDonald's. Every day we eat good, we got some McDonald's.
But here's what makes all of this so incredibly frustrating to watch. Before the begging and the extreme DoorDash addiction, Tismalla actually had something genuinely valuable. He had a commercial driver's license.
Y'all wanna know some scary shit? That nigga Tismalla used to be a real CDL truck driver, my nigga.
Do you know how hard it is to get that? CDL truck drivers are out here pulling in $35 to $45 an hour easy. This man had a federal qualification that opens the door to one of the most stable, recession-proof careers in the country. He had the bag right in his hands, and he fumbled it hard. Why? Because he was driving recklessly near police officers.
I just got pulled over. I was subject to arrest. I was driving at the speed limit while the police was on the side of the road. I was told I was supposed to go like 15, 20 miles lower because they're on the side of the road.
He failed to slow down and move over, so it got pulled over right there on camera, on TikTok Live, where his entire audience watched him lose his livelihood in real time. And he was crying. This dude was genuinely sobbing, because just like that, the CDL was gone. Anyways, if you ask him why he isn't working today, he'll tell you how he can't get a normal job because of the arthritis in his lower back, his mental illness, and physical disability from his weight.
I don't know how much time I gotta keep saying this. I am disabled. I have a mental illness. Also, I'm physically unable to work. I have arthritis in my lower back.
And look, I want to be super fair here. Chronic pain is no joke, and mental illness is real. Those are legitimate barriers for a lot of people. But let's be completely real with ourselves. This man is mobile enough to hustle DoorDash orders and film TikTok content 7 days a week. Plus, the cruelest irony of this entire situation is that the insane amounts of junk food he consumes daily are directly causing the extreme weight gain, which is worsening the arthritis he claims is keeping him from working. He literally built his own trap, locked himself in it, and then complains.
I'm like, what you talking about? If you're not gonna take care of me, somebody else will, something will.
Although for one brief, almost hopeful moment in this timeline, it genuinely looked like Tismalla was going to lock in and get his life together. He announced he was signing up for Uber's vehicle rental program. The setup is you pay a weekly fee for a rental car, pick up passengers, and make money. It's a grind, but it's legitimate, honest income. And he actually scraped the money together and got the car, $260 a week for the rental, and Tismalla was officially an Uber driver.
Yo, gang, I start work tomorrow, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, they gave me a special plan for Uber. I could have been working like last week, gang.
He finally has a job, and that looked like progress, right? Well, wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because our internet panhandler wasn't doing Uber to stack cash. He was doing Uber so he could have a private air-conditioned booth to eat massive amounts of food in between rides.
Every day we eat good 2 foods. Tismala. And a chopped cheese on the roll.
Within a single 6-hour shift, this man's tearing through Jamaican food, McDonald's, and Wendy's, all inside someone else's rental vehicle that he's paying $260 a week for. He proudly claimed he was cutting out the middleman. Since he had a car, he didn't have to pay the DoorDash delivery fees anymore. He thought he was an absolute genius, except that he was still blowing every single dollar he earned on food. He just found a more mobile way to stay broke. And this Uber era is where his mask really started slipping in public. There's a clip of him at a Wendy's drive-thru that is so infuriating you just have to watch it.
How can I help you today?
2 more junior bacon cheeseburger with toasted bun, please. Toasted bun?
I'm sorry, is that two junior bacon cheeseburgers? Biggie bags?
With no. They must hate me, you know?
Alright, I just misheard you.
That's the sandwich.
Okay, anything else?
Extra mayo.
On both?
Yeah, and toasted bun, please.
Anything else?
That's it.
The worker here is literally just doing her job. She's trying to politely confirm his order so she doesn't mess it up, and he aggressively cuts her off. He gets visibly frustrated at a person whose only crime was trying to make sure he got his food exactly the way he wanted it.
Oh God, and his knees.
Bro, you are sitting in a rented Nissan on your 4th meal of a 6-hour shift, begging for gas money on live, and you have the absolute audacity to snap at a fast food worker who's actually clocking in and working hard? The entitlement is insane.
I'm starting not to like this nigga, man. I'm starting not to like him.
Plus, the Uber disasters just kept piling up after that. There was the time he literally stole an Uber Eats order he was supposed to deliver, and the poor customer had to call it in.
Because one of your people were hungry. One of your people picked it up. They already picked it up. Yeah, I know they picked it up.
He kept getting caught on camera devouring people's steaks that he was supposed to be dropping off. Anyways, he eventually quit, because according to him, he wasn't mentally stable enough to keep driving. Meanwhile, viewers were pulling up clips showing that half the time he was supposedly working, he was literally just parked somewhere sleeping. And just like that, we were back to seated home Tismalla. Another massive opportunity fumbled. and somewhere in the Bronx, another DoorDash order was being placed. Beyond all the Uber drama, though, we've got to talk about his catastrophic collaborations with other creators. Now, this is where people genuinely lose their minds. 2 different times, other creators extended a genuine hand to Tismalla to help him out, and both times he completely self-sabotaged. The first was a creator named Meech 2 times.
Every day we eat good, Tismala.
Meech saw Tismalla's videos, saw he had an audience, and hit him up to do a collab. The offer was incredible. Meech was going to drive to Tismalla. Meech was going to pay for 100% of the food. And on top of all that, Meech was going to hand Tismalla $150 in cash just to show up and eat on camera. For a guy begging for $10 Cash App drops on live, this should have been the easiest yes of his life.
Out of nowhere, he say, nah, you gonna have to pay me for the day or something. Okay. Coming off a little bit aggressive, you get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Nah, bro, I understand, LOL, I'm not just trying to take your day for free, but all right, boom. He say how much? I say $150, you feel me? Because I was going to pay for the food. I was going to pay for the buffet. I was going to pay for the mukbang.
But while they were talking, Meech saw how dark Tismalla's posts were getting. Meech reached out of pure human decency and texted him, bro, for real, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I got you. And Tismalla completely iced him out. He replied, I'm not trying to be friends. Let's keep things business. Come on, man, you are literally begging the internet to buy your lunch. A stranger offers to feed you, pay you, and genuinely check on your mental health, and you act like you're too elite to be their friend? It was so wildly disrespectful.
Bro, what the I'm trying to...
And then there is Sham NYC. Different creator, same exact pattern, but even crazier. Sham was going to book a round-trip Uber for Tismalla, which was going to cost Sham $400 out of pocket. Plus, Sham was buying all the food.
So me, Crack Baby, we throw Tismalla in a group chat. We set everything up last minute. The day, literally a couple hours before the stream. The Tismalla come up with an excuse, right? We sent Addy to the mukbang place, the all-you-can-eat buffet. He said, yo, bro, I'm 2 hours away. How is Brooklyn 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Queens? So this nigga just tried to lie, right?
He didn't show up, but then Tismalla hops into the group chat and tries to demand $4,000 for the collab. $4,000. I mean, for a man who begs for gas money to suddenly demand $4,000 to eat a burger on camera is peak delusion.
And this is what really threw me off. After that situation, a couple days later on my life, this nigga Tismalla hit the group chat. He said, yo, I need $4,000 for a mukbang.
And when Sham obviously said no, Tismalla actually had the nerve to go online and broke shame him. You literally cannot make this up. Our guy fumbled thousands of dollars in free meals and cash because he got greedy. And what makes this pattern so maddening is who Tismalla actually thought his friends were. Because while he was turning away genuine help from Meech and Sham, he was going on e-dates with massive streamers like Aiden Ross, DDG, and Cuffham. He genuinely thought this was his big break.
The last guy, because he's supposed to black him out.
It didn't work.
Would you like to unmute and say something before you
leave? It didn't work.
Nobody perfect. I knew this was gonna happen.
But it's a different story if you actually watch those streams. The creators are just ruthlessly making fun of him. And Tismalla is just sitting there smiling, thinking he's part of the squad. He doesn't even realize the entire segment is just an organized roast. And he is the punchline.
Illegal.
Oh, no, yeah, you went straight to the line.
Eventually, all this chaos caught up to him. Tismalla had been living with his brother Anthony, and Anthony finally reached his breaking point. The non-stop food deliveries, the mess, the refusal to change, among others. So Anthony actually changed the locks and removed the door handle to physically stop Tismalla from sneaking out to get more food.
My so-called brother, he took off the handle on the front door. So I went to the back door to get some food, trying to keep me in a dungeon. As if he won't get murdered. So he took off the handle on the front door, so I can't leave the crib or can't get food. I have to go to the back door. You know what I'm saying? He's a weirdo.
He didn't only threaten his brother. This foodie also said his brother should have known better to mess with him.
He been with me. He should know better. So basically, he's trying to make his own funeral.
So instead of taking the massive glaring hint and doing better, Tismalla just used the back door.
So I can't leave the crib or can't get food. I have to go to the back door.
This is actually crazy. This adult man posted furious TikToks calling his brother a weirdo, threatening him, and intentionally threw kitchen utensils on the floor to wake his brother up in the middle of the night. Well, it ended exactly how you'd expect. He was kicked out onto the street.
The crib, for me, you know what I'm saying?
With nowhere to go, he spent his first day as a homeless man inside a McDonald's.
What y'all want me to do? Tismalla. Every day we eat good. Every day we eat good.
Then he migrated to a Subway, but when Subway unplugged his phone charger, the situation went completely nuclear.
They took out the outlet in Subway so I could charge my phone. That's against who's typical. I'm about to call the police and handle the situation, you know what I'm saying?
He called the police, but no, he didn't call them to complain about the charger. He called 911 and falsely confessed to committing a homicide. He told them he murdered his own father.
For the homicide of Gary Earl, let them know that I did it. Tismalla, yeah.
Meanwhile, his father actually died of a heart attack. Tismalla had absolutely nothing to do with it, but he lied to the cops because he was desperate for a bed and a roof, and he thought getting arrested was the fastest way to get one, which is absolutely crazy. Anyway, the cops realized he was having a crisis and took him to a mental health facility. And literally that same night from inside the psych ward, our guy posted a TikTok of himself dancing and smiling because he secured a bed. I just cannot believe this guy. However, he got discharged the next day and immediately went right back to McDonald's to livestream. The restaurant called the cops again and he crashed out on the officers on camera.
So if somebody ready to die, you know what I'm saying? McDonald's don't want to sponsor me. They want to sponsor other people that do food videos. They don't want my fluency going around.
So they sent him to a second mental hospital, which finally placed him in a homeless shelter. And what does he do the second he gets into the shelter? He orders McDonald's with his last few dollars.
Every day we eat good. McDonald's. Y'all still don't want to send me money, right?
And as per the very special guest he probably assumed he was, he started to complain that the shelter is dirty because he saw a single bug. Guy, people are freezing on the concrete outside, and you're complaining about the free roof over your head? I mean, this guy had a family member trying to save his life. He chose food over family and ended up in a shelter with his life packed in trash bags. And the comments were absolutely ripping him. Of course, his stay at the shelter was a disaster. There was a time he got pressed by a shelter mate who threatened to take his food. There was also the time other guys were mocking him for not having a job, and he could do nothing about it.
Want to know Tismalla? Your job, B. Your job, B.
He was literally on camera crying because the shelter wouldn't give him extra breakfast.
Acting like that's my fault. That's not my fault.
But then he turned around and used his begged Cash App money to DoorDash a massive seafood boil directly to the homeless shelter. The absolute audacity of this guy.
Every day we eat good, seafood boil. Tismalla.
He eventually got himself kicked out of the shelter for stealing and eating other people's food. Man, come on, is there no end on how low this guy can go?
Hey! I'm not waiting for nobody for nothing. I gotta do what I gotta do, y'all, so I can eat. Just so I can eat.
But honestly, when the jokes stop being funny, you realize you're just watching a guy literally crash out in real time. And his audience is paying for the shovel he's using to dig his own grave.
Tismalla is no longer funny. That man needs help in more ways than one,
And the absolute worst part about all this, our guy isn't clueless. He knows exactly what he's doing to his body. Sometimes the whole Hoodlegend tough guy act completely drops, and you just see how terrified he actually is. It's like watching a car crash on your For You page. It got so bad that he was fighting for his life just to catch his breath between bites. He's gasping for air, but still begging for more food.
Where's the crab?
And then real life caught up with him. He got the kind of news from his doctors that would make anyone log off and reevaluate everything. They told him his heart, his kidneys, and his liver are shutting down. Like, do you even understand the enormity of that? 3 major organs are giving up on him at just 27 years old? That news hit him hard. He started posting these super dark videos, basically telling his followers he feels like he's about to die.
I see me dying day by day, starving.
But instead of putting down the DoorDash and getting help, he flips the script. Out of nowhere, he starts blaming God for his health issues, getting online and acting like there's some demonic energy around him causing all this.
My body's moving on its own like a zombie. It's horrible. It's like there's no God. He's watching this happen. It's demonic.
And the comments were just so confused about it all. A commenter had to ask, bro, why are you blaming God for the thousands of calories you bought on your own? And then the craziest plot twist happened. The one thing he uses to make money, his mouth, is starting to have issues. He admitted the severe arthritis didn't just stay in his back, it spread straight into his jaw. So the guy who built a whole career off chewing can't even chew properly anymore.
I can't walk, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I can't walk.
It hurts so bad you can see him break down and cry right there on camera. It's just sad at this point. Our Bronx fast food king is now relying on an oxygen mask just to stay alive.
I tried offer myself, it didn't work.
The vibe in his comments went from people making jokes to people realizing this might actually be the end. Viewers like Juss are in there saying, we tried to warn him, he didn't listen. People are straight up admitting it's not entertaining anymore. It's just super depressing to watch a guy's body scream at him to stop while he just ignores it. And now we get to the absolute core of this story. A creator named Mr. Don Tushtat did something no one else had done. He reached out, offered to pay Tismala directly, and drove out to meet him face to face for a real, deeply honest sit-down conversation.
What we here with, twin?
Every day we go.
Tismala.
Tismala.
Yo, it's
And in that interview, for the very first time, the internet finally got the why.
But so my heart got broken, you know what I'm saying? After that, I started falling no. But at the same time, I'm still sturdy. Never really fell off, but...
It all started with a breakup. He was in love. And when she left, he said it hit him like a literal brick wall. He shut down, couldn't function, couldn't move, couldn't even force himself out of bed.
When I went to the grandmother crib, I was in the bed, I couldn't move type shit. It was like sleep paralysis.
He described the depression to be like sleep paralysis, a complete inability to do the most basic things to survive. But then he digged even deeper. He shares a traumatic memory about being in a car with his brother and his father. And in that car, his own father looked at him and told him to die.
I was in the car, me, my brother on quote, and my father on quote. So my father had told my brother to go bank or whatever.
Sick enough for him?
Yeah, and he had told me to die.
It was the ultimate, most painful rejection from the one person who was supposed to protect him. Then his relationship ended. Plus COVID hit and the world locked down and everything he had left to lean on was stripped away.
Eating because I needed it. I needed to eat. When certain situations happen and you need to lean on something and it's not there for you, how you gonna respond to that?
So what did he turn to? Food. Food became the one and only thing he could rely on. Food didn't reject him. Food didn't tell him to die. Food didn't break his heart. It was always available, always a DoorDash order away, always waiting at the end of a Cash App request. It was the only consistent comfort he had left. Moreover, he realized he could monetize the trauma. He admitted it took him a year and a half to build the TikTok following.
I was like, damn, I could blow up by posting every day. It took me about a year and a half or a year to blow up on TikTok, posting every day again, or to have a fan base.
He completely understood the game. He was building a viral brand on top of a deadly addiction. Every day we eat good was a calculated business decision. He felt his addiction killing him, and instead of fighting it, he aimed a ring light at it and hit record.
What could niggas really say about me? I've been doing this on my own, and my story is deeper than most.
I mean, a lot of people don't know.
Anyways, Mr. Don Tushtat really tried to push him toward the light in that interview, telling him to go to the gym, change his diet, document the weight loss, and build a massive positive comeback story.
Well, you feel me? You literally just get a brush on your shoulder. You about to start working out now.
Yeah.
And Tismala's response to that beautiful, genuine encouragement was, in a few months when I get my credit right.
Few months when I get my credits, definitely.
He's just buying time. This guy knows exactly what's happening. See, the tragedy of Tismalla Hoodlegend isn't that he's oblivious. The tragedy is that he sees the cliff approaching and he just keeps accelerating.
I run this shit.
At this point, I genuinely hope he gets real professional help and he starts to actually eat good every day.
Every day we eat good, curry goat, white rice.